Hello Akako, how you folks doing? My name is Armando. This video I'm gonna be talking about someone that's very important. He's the pioneer of the ukulele in Hawaii, and his name was Manuel Nunes, and he was the 1998 Hall of Fame inductee in the Ukulele Hall of Fame Museum, and that was established in 1996. They actually have a museum, ukulele museum, and you could actually join. You could actually be a member of that. There's a fee, and but let's talk more about Mr. Nunes now. First of all, as I mentioned before, he's the ukulele pioneer who was born on June 14th, 1843 in Funchal, Madeira. Now my ancestors also came from the same region, Madeira, and who knows, I might be related to him. Now he was the son of Ricardo Antonio Nunes and his wife Maria Gomes. Okay, now Nunes, he was a young widower. He was at the age of 36, and he had 4 children: Manuel, Maria, Leonardo, and Augusto. And he is newly married to his second wife, Isabel. He was only 18 when he and his family arrived in Honolulu. And this was in August 23rd of 1879. And that was just about the same period my ancestors came from, the Garcias, aboard the Ravenscrack, the same ship that also carried fellow ukulele pioneers Augusto Diaz and Jose de Espiritu Santo. Now he had 5 more children: John, Mary, Julius, George, and Antone, born in Hawaii to Nunes. Now the Portuguese consul general in Hawaii listed Nunes, Diaz, and Santo as laborers, as they were contracted as plantation hands for their first few years in the islands. Now, and then by 1884, some of the Portuguese men had returned to Honolulu and their woodworking roots. In this year, Nunes is listed in the Honolulu Directory as a cabinet maker, and Diaz as a guitar maker in the following year. The first issue of Luso o Hawaii advertises both Nunes and Diaz as makers of machete. By 1889, Nunes, Diaz, and Santo are all in the city directory as guitar makers. Now over the next decade, the combined efforts of these 3 men and the patronage of King Kalakaua popularized the new instrument that became known as the ukulele. In 1910, Nunes established M. Nunes and Sons with Leonardo and Julius. Now by this time, Santo had died an untimely death, and Diaz retired due to illness. Now M. Nunes and Sons listed themselves in the Honolulu directory as manufacturers of the only genuine ukulele, Hawaii's sweetest toned instrument. In 1916, Nunes was listing himself in the city directory as the inventor of the original ukulele, although he was advertising elsewhere with this moniker a few years earlier. Now, one person that who really made use of the ukulele was King David Kalakaua. Now, he was filled with visionary plans for the protection and development of Hawaiian culture, and King David Kalakaua actively pursued the revival and perpetuation of chant and hula in the face of fervent opposition by the missionary groups. He also encouraged new art forms, the best example of which is the promotion of the instrument introduced by the Portuguese in 1879, now known as the ukulele. King Kalakaua's love of the ukulele was perhaps the most important factor in establishing the instrument in Hawaii, in Hawaiian music and culture, and its subsequent popularization around the world. Now, needless to say, to this day, everyone pretty much in Hawaii loves listening to the ukulele. There's a lot of people who, you have Jake Shimabukuro, you have a lot of people who play the ukulele who are very talented to this day. But we all owe this to the pioneer who started this whole thing, and his name was Manuel Nunes from Portugal. So that's the story of Manuel Nunes. I hope you enjoyed the video. Mahalo for watching, and ahui ho.